There's a massive X-rated tape scandal involving prominent people in Equatorial Guinea. Investigators reportedly found at least 400 explicit videos that purportedly shows the president's sister, the wives of cabinet ministers, and the wife of the police chief in intimate situations. The footage was uncovered by investigators probing Baltazar Ibang Ingonga, the Director General of the National Agency for Finances, who was suspected of fraud. Some media reporting that the videos were recorded with the consent of the people featured in them. The videos have sparked public outrage, and Equatorial Guinea leaders are warning that those responsible will be disciplined. In a statement on X, the Vice President Teodoro Nguema said that such activities in the administrative workplaces are strictly banned.
So just for more context, right, before you give your opinion, please.
Yeah.
So this guy, Baltazar, is head of basically an agency that's anti-corruption agency in Equatorial Guinea.
Yes.
He was being investigated for fraud.
Yes.
Right?
And he's like, wow.
And as they were investigating him, people came across all this content in his personal computer.
Oh my goodness. So he didn't leak anything?
No, he didn't leak anything.
Oh my goodness.
So the people investigating him came across all this content on his personal computer and leaked it. Now, the content comprises of like X-rated videos of him having sex with people's wives, mainly the people that he works with, other ministers, and other ministers' wives are involved, prominent pastors' wives are involved, the president's sister, daughter, or whatever is involved. So a lot of very powerful women who are married to very powerful men have all been sleeping with this man.
Oh no.
And he's been recording them.
He convinced all of them to consent to that.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing.
The crazy thing about that is that he raw dogged all of them. Like raw dogged them, like no condom in sight. Like all the videos, there's no condom there. So he raw dogged so many women.
Oh no.
And on top of that, there were pregnant women involved as well. So somebody's pregnant wife was really sleeping with this man, you know. So all that came out in social media, and he was trending for that. So what are your thoughts on that?
That is crazy. My heart goes out to the partners of those people. Like, I cannot imagine learning like this, that my partner was part of that whole situation. Like, that would be, like, imagine seeing your partner's face. Imagine seeing your partner's face in one of those videos. How did he convince all of these people
So that's the part
to consent in making this video? Like, in these videos. I think our woo-ha is because there's so many.
Yes.
Think of them like an isolated environment.
So I'll understand. So this is the reason why, when this whole story broke out, a lot of men, and especially like a lot of men in Africa, they were praising him. Yeah. They were praising him for being able to achieve such a feat, for being able to sleep with so many women. Yes. And particularly so many married women.
But that's crazy.
Because it takes a lot of skill to do that.
Yeah.
Like you ask yourself, like, how did he even, like, okay, getting a woman to sleep with you is a lot of skill on its own. Like just getting her just to sleep with you. Now getting a powerful woman to sleep with you, that's even harder. Now getting a powerful woman who's married to somebody powerful, that's even harder. And on top of that, getting that powerful person to consent to being filmed.
That's crazy.
To consent to being filmed.
Yeah.
Doing this act is ridiculous.
Like, it's not every day that people actually consent to being recorded having sex. Like, you know, like, and he managed to do that with so many people.
Yes, and this guy had no shame. He was raw dogging people's wives. He was raw dogging pregnant women who are married to some powerful men.
Oh no.
So in any other time, when the world was not so civilized, these kind of violations would have been his death.
Yes.
He would have, this is automatically a death sentence to him. Like such powerful men finding out that you're sleeping with their wives, raw dogging them on top of that. You did.
No time for
these violations are unacceptable. Yeah. Automatically dead.
Let's agree that it doesn't take away from the fact that it's sick.
Yes. Like, no, I'm not even disputing that. I'm not even disputing that.
We know that, right? Like, even though we can cheer, for the skill part, right? But the act itself
I'm not even
is
disputing
sick.
that because
Like
again,
there's
like,
something psychologically wrong with you.
again, like as a man, like even though you can and you have the ability to do such things, a proper man has discipline. A proper man should be able to control himself and his urges and be able to manage that like in a healthy way. No. So now this man, because he could do that and he did that, he probably infected over not just the women, but the husbands and the people that the husbands were sleeping with and those people. So he probably just infected thousands of people by choosing to sleep with all these women unprotected. He probably infected thousands of people. We don't even know what he has, but he has something. Most definitely, he has something.
And it's floating around.
Because the women that he was sleeping with are sleeping with other people, and and the husbands are probably sleeping with other people as well. And all of these people are raw dogging each other. So just imagine what's going on there, like the amount of STDs being spread, and this is at the highest level of government where this is happening, because people don't have discipline. So another side thing.
It's not a good look. Like not having sexual discipline is not a good look. Whether you are high up there as well or not in any official post or whatever, it's just not a good look. Like human beings need to have sexual discipline. This doesn't excuse any person. It doesn't excuse women. It doesn't excuse men. Everybody needs to have sexual discipline. Even though no matter how much we can be like, oh, okay, skill, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's sick.
Well,
the act itself,
like as a man, you can respect it.
It's not okay.
As a man, you can just be like, I respect it because you're able to do that.
But like, what was it about? Is it that he was actively collecting, like okay, obviously he was collecting all of, the tapes and stuff, like they were probably in some folder, but like, what was that the aim? Was it like, I have a number that I need to reach, I'm going for 1,000, I'm going for
it just seems
500, or
it
like...
just seems like he enjoyed filming himself, that's all. It just seemed like that, like...
But that would be okay with like same person or like a few people.
Probably his wife doesn't even like. So you see, that's another thing.
Yeah, but maybe not the wife. But I'm saying like, even if he decided it was a matter of him just recording alone, then he could have had this particular person maybe like aside who wanted to record with him. But now it's a thing that he actually wanted different people, like, assorted. It was part of it, like the change of people. Because how do you get to 100 to 200 to 300? If it's not a matter of a tally of like different bodies?
Yeah, it's because he could. The nice thing is because he could, like, and for a lot of men, if they could pull those kind of numbers, they would. It's
of
just
people.
Yeah, it's just as much as women hate this cliche, it's just how we are biologically built. We want to sleep with as many people as possible. But unfortunately...
Fine, we're not going to fight or talk about all of that. Like, okay.
But unfortunately, most men cannot pull those kind of numbers because it's not easy. It's very hard. Even pulling like...
But they shouldn't.
Even pulling like 10 bodies.
Whether you can or cannot, you shouldn't. Are we agreeing?
So I can agree to that because, again, lack of sexual discipline only leads to illnesses. It only leads to broken families. It leads to a whole lot of bad, and there's not much good that comes out of it, besides the sexual pleasure that you get from sleeping with a lot of women.
And also psychological damage on the person. Because I don't think that person can have a normal sex life.
Yeah. Most definitely, once
that person cannot.
Once you get used to sleeping with
Yes.
Like just think about your WhatsApp contact list, right? Now think about how many contacts you have. Maybe you have like 50, maybe you have 100 contacts in your WhatsApp contact. Once you get used to sleeping with that many people, obviously you'll never be satisfied by sleeping with one person now. You'll never be able to sleep with one person and be satisfied with that. And then also you won't be able to pay a bond, and you won't be able to, form a healthy relationship with a person. So there's a reason why sexual discipline is very important. It's almost the same as like a porn addiction, where like if you can't control yourself, then only bad things can happen. Only bad things. And
because in as much as we don't acknowledge this anymore, but sex is a very sacred thing.
Yeah.
Sex is sacred.
Sex is it requires a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
That's why it's not something that you should be doing with.
That is why there's consequence of not,
and high consequences.
Yes.
Like you can bring in a life unexpectedly.
Yes.
You can get life-threatening illnesses. You can get STDs.
If that wasn't the case, then you know there wouldn't be consequences. You'd just be, it's nothing. It's whatever, you know. But because there's so many things tied to it, it shows you that you shouldn't be doing anyhow.
Yeah. So as much as I can respect it, I can respect what he did. It's not cool. It's not cool at all.
So I know obviously now with modern society we allow women not to tolerate bullshit, right? So what is the wife expected to do in that case?
There's nothing she can do.
Like, but what is she expected to do?
There's nothing she can do.
But
she just has to leave. There's nothing else you can do.
Exactly.
Like you can't stay in a marriage now. Like there's so many videos of your husband sleeping with so many different women. Like your husband has just destroyed your marriage.
Yeah.
It's not even your fault. And I was about to get to that point as well. That there's this other point that people are forgetting is that now you have this guy's wife's picture being shared all over the world.
Yeah.
For something that she didn't even do. She did nothing wrong.
Scandal.
And now her face is...
Now, nobody knew her before, now they know her.
Now her face is just linked... Now her face is linked to this man's atrocities all over the world. Now whenever you see her face, you just know what this man was doing.
Yes.
So again, like these kind of things, doing bad things have consequences, not just for yourself, but for those close
to you.
Now this person's wife's face is all over the world.
Yeah.
For this man's action. Yeah, it's a very tragic case, but it's interesting that how everything got leaked.
Yeah.
And how the discourse went on online. This man is trending all over the world for his action, which shows that what he did wasn't easy. But anyway, men respect him for that. But it's still not good because you lack discipline, and if you lack discipline in life, nothing good will come out of it. Look at this man now; his reputation's destroyed because he lacked discipline. And the wives too lack discipline, cheat on their husbands. Their lives are destroyed too.
Absolutely.
Now there's STDs involved. People are sick now. There's no way all of these people are clean. There's no way. So you see what happens.
Families are ruined. Potential paternity
frauds and all of that stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on here. But a lot of lives are ruined because of this, because of lack of sexual discipline. So the moral of the story is, if you want to avoid problems in life, be sexually disciplined.
Absolutely.
But 400 tapes is crazy. That's crazy. That is a lot. That's a lot. Even for a porn star, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Even for a porn star, that's a lot. But this man was doing it. And he was raw dogging all the way, which is even crazier. But it is what it is. You guys let us know what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah, let us know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep watching. Goodbye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.